Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Get ready to rumble!
Pump up the jig, yo, pump it up, yo, pump it. Y'all ready for this?
Our topic of choice today is help desk and the internet. We left the topic broad for a reason. The internet is broad. It is constantly taking new forms, presenting new possibilities and problems. To try and narrow the topic down would be pointless. Every day, most of you get online, send email, chat, browse the web. Well, that is what the internet is all about. It is investigation, trial and error, frustration and enjoyment. It can be used for good or for evil or for education even. There's always more to learn. What Brandon, Jock, and I are going to try to do today is get some basic info on what the internet is, how it works, the importance of help desk, and some things you can do to make your visits to the internet better. We're going to start off with a question from one of the students. Who owns the internet? That is a good question. The fact is, no one person owns the internet. The internet only exists if you and everyone like you use it. If no one logged on, it would be like I-10 with no traffic. It's there, but what's the point? The internet began as a form of communication in the Army. The Army needed to create a communication link other than voice that could transmit in code or be used to establish battle plans at time of war, when all phone and radio communication might be knocked out due to nuclear war or mass destruction. It has only since evolved from a secret military tool to a form of communication that is used worldwide. The backbone for the internet is the ISP, the Internet Service Provider. There are basically two kinds of ISP, the national and the local providers. National providers, such as AOL and CompuServe, provide millions of people with internet access, chat rooms, email, etc. They usually use a proprietary interface, such as the AOL browser, which I'm sure all of you are aware of, so that everything is the same. This is good for children and beginners, but begins to restrict the sophisticated user, which, believe it or not, most of us are these days. Those internet providers have strong competition from local ISPs. These are the companies like Brandon and I work at, I-2000, located at 3530 West Cardinal Drive, 840-9436, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6. Shameless plug. Basically, all the local ISPs lease high-speed T1, T3, and DS3 lines from one of several worldwide companies, such as Sprint or UUNet. With those lines, the ISP uses a router or a switch and hubs to, in essence, funnel the users to the internet. For instance, take any of you that use a modem. As far as you're concerned, you click connect, there's some noise, and then you're connected, and you browse and send email. But in reality, you dial, and the tones created by the modem connects you to a device such as a port master, which us at IH2000 uses. It contains several modems that your modem connects to our modem. When the connection is established and you browse or send an email, that information is forwarded by the router to the internet, and the process is repeated until the destination is reached. Now that we have an understanding of what the internet is and how it works, let's take a look at another very important aspect of the internet and its success, the help desk. We're going to focus on the personal tech support area, rather than the online threads that are also very helpful. We're talking about the people customers can call for free help with their internet problems, and many times help on problems totally unrelated to the internet. We want to describe to you how it all works and what you can do as a customer to make your tech support call as smooth as possible. Now, tech support and help desk are many times where people begin their IT career. It is a great place to gain experience, to learn how to deal with people, and it is the backbone of every good ISP. The fact is, over 80% of our population have yet to use the internet. This means you speak to new users every day. Dealing with different types of people, old and young, experts and novices, is sometimes the hardest part of the job, but also many times the best. A good tech is like a good mechanic. Once you find one, you don't let him go. The ladies in the class can substitute hairstylist for mechanic if it makes you feel happier. Now, it's far as any specifics on the type of questions that come up, well, there aren't any. The fact is, from day to day, from call to call, it is totally unpredictable. The important thing to remember is, be patient, listen well, and try to speak as clearly and as plainly as possible. Try to picture their computer in your head and follow their steps as you instruct them. Many times, if you listen closely, you can even count keystrokes on their end of the phone, hear dings when error messages pop up, or when they just totally get off track. Try to predict their next question and their next move without getting ahead of their ability to function on the keyboard. Alright, it's getting late. I'm kind of hungry. So finally, as users yourselves, here are a few things that you can do when you call for support on your internet problems. Make sure you know your username and your password. You would not believe how many people out there who do not know who they are. Also, try and call when you're at the computer and it is powered up and ready to go. So many people call with their problems in their car on the way to grandma's. Also, remember that your internet connection is only as good as its weakest link between you and the ISP. In other words, for a perfect connection, which doesn't exist, your computer, your modem, your phone lines, inside and out, and your ISP must all be flawless. And always remember, before you call, before you do anything, do as we say in the business. Shut up and reboot. A simple reboot of the operating system can literally fix 50 or 60% of all your internet problems. Now, we have only begun to describe how the internet works and how important help desks truly are. There's much more that goes on at a help desk, especially at the local ISP level. We haven't talked about DSL or networking or wireless connections, but you can always ask us any questions after class. You can email us, or you can just leave us alone because you thought this presentation sucked and we absolutely know nothing. We aren't always on the clock, but everyone wants a piece of our time. In any case, we, along with thousands of other help desk technicians, never stop working. Friends, relatives of friends, and total strangers will not hesitate to ask you your advice on their computer trouble, so why should you? Oh, hold a second. It's probably somebody asking advice now. Hello? No, babe, this is not a good time. Yeah, I'm in the middle of something. No, not now. I can't. Oh, okay, I love you too. Bye. Sorry. And that concludes our presentation for today.